Listen, quit asking for permission and just do what you need to do. Hi, everyone. My name is Uche Maple, and welcome to the Women Who Lead Network, and where we talk about everything dealing with leadership and entrepreneurship and purpose-driven life. So let's listen, the government shutdown has just been making everything insane, right? I just was recently reading on the JPL website. Up top on their website, they have that they're not updating their website because the lack of government funding. So they have on here, due to the lack of the government funding, they're not, NASA and JPL is not updating their website. And in addition to that, they made a post yesterday saying, and I quote, and this is a message from their director, JPL director, Dave Gallagher. In order to best position JPL going forward, we're taking steps to restructure and establish an appropriate size to ensure future success. As part of this effort, JPL is undergoing a realignment of its workforce, including a reduction in staff. This reduction, part of a reorganization that began in January and not related to the current government shutdown, will affect approximately 550 of their colleagues across technical, business, and support areas. Employees will be notified of their status today. So one thing we want to make sure that we remember is that even though the government shutdown is happening, companies are still laying off. And what does that mean to you? What does that mean? What are you doing? Are you still putting all of your eggs in your 9 to 5? I was in a 9 to 5 for 20 something years. But my 9 to 5, if someone had told me 20 something years ago, my 9 to 5 should have been used to support what I do from my 5 to 12. Right. And what I'm saying to you is that instead of you looking for permission or looking for a good time to start something, do it now. Do not wait. Do not wait. The time is now for you to do something. And what does that look like? Well, and I hear people saying, well, Uche, I've been trying. This is true. You have been trying. But are you trying in the areas where you're proficient at? The reality is that we have a lot of gifts that has been given to us. The question is how do we activate it? And how is that being stewarded? For some of you, you have been called to speak, to go around and speak your story, your truth, or things that you're great at. But because you're afraid of speaking in public or what people will say, you are shrinking back. So when we talk about what does it mean to steward it, stewarding something that you know that you can do or you've been wanting to do or been called to do means investing time in it. What are you doing to invest time in it? As a speaker, you have Toastmasters, right? You have the National Speaker Association, for example, great organizations for you to be a part of and learn how to steward that particular craft. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for permission? Are you waiting for someone to say, go ahead and do it? Add a girl, add a boy? It doesn't make any sense. What I just read earlier is a strong indicator that you really need to be prepared outside of your 9 to 5. You've already been given the nudge, right? Which is, I call it a calling. And if you're waiting for external validation, that keeps you trapped in someone else's timeline. How many of us can really relate to that, right? How many of us can relate to the fact that we're waiting for someone else's timeline for us to do and act on things that we know that we need to do? It doesn't make any sense. And the moment you recognize that you needed to do this thing, your calling, your permission was granted. Do it. I remember when I went to a conference in 2015, and I'll never forget this. The people that were speaking on stage, great information. And I went away from that conference saying, I could do this. What do I need to do to prepare for the next one? It was a group of us. And I remember us sitting afterwards and we were all talking. And it was such a beautiful moment because one, it was empowering to see so many professionals like us and learning and seeing them do things. There is power in being in an environment of people who are doing what you desire to do. It gives you motivation, it gives you confidence, and it's also the opportunity to network. After that conference, a group of us got together and we went out and had dinner and we were talking about what we learned. And then we talked about what we can do next for the next year's conference. It put us in action. We began to steward what we were being called to do. So, what are you going to do today? Are you still going to just sit and keep scrolling and seeing other people make moves? Or are you going to declare today that you are taking the mantle of your calling and you're going to move forward with it? You don't need anyone to validate something or anything that was meant for you to do. I love this quote that I heard someone say. It's never a good time to do a great thing. Go do a great thing today.